Okay, so I'm gonna get this done really fast before I gotta go to work. We're gonna do a comprehensive Corsair guide. Do I know how to play this class? Not a bit, but we gonna figure it out together, and hopefully we all learn something. There's something on my mic. Okay, so the boom shroom map. It's an inside joke. My voice is cracking. This is embarrassing. What was I doing? Skill. Okay. Oh my god. Okay. So the Corsair is one of the explorer class, one of the pirate explorer classes utilizing gun weaponry. Gun. You know, we swim fast, some cool storage, and the link skill, of course. I don't remember what level 1 is, but you get all around stats and some decreased damage taken. Now, level 1, oh my god. Job 1 of the pirate class. We got the leap. Pretty solid. Pretty solid. Oh, not the desktop sound effects. Turn that shit off. Okay. As I was saying, we got a little jump. Then we got a somersault kick. Can't use it because I don't have it, but we got the double shot. Boom. I should turn that off probably, whatever. Shadow Heart off the bat, we're getting 20 crit rate, 5 crit damage, bullet time, movement speed, increased jump, and dash. This is like, you kind of double tap and you move faster. Little thing. Moving on to number 2. We got the Rapid Blast. You know, we got some damage going. Let me turn up these graphics, matter of fact. Alright. So, Rapid Blast. We got some nice little damage going. Pew pew pew. Swift Fire. It's like an upgraded version of the double shot. And second job is where we... Okay. Second job is where we get the Scurvy summons. Nifty little guys. They don't really start attacking until you start attacking. And they kind of just fire away. I don't remember if they're affected by attack speed or not. I think they are though. I should say they are. We got recoil shot. A little boom. It's like a backstep basically. Nice little, you can kind of just, you know, you kind of spam it infinitely. It's actually kind of, oh, that didn't really, okay. We got wings. Our Demon Slayer glide, better than Demon Slayer I think. Demon Slayer, Demon Avenger. Super fast if you tap it right. Kind of just double jump into it. You can also do a little backwards thing and then land. This is done by you in the middle of the air when you jump and you hit the wings. Not the wings, but when you hit the burst up, you flip and then you hit the wings. And you can go back and forth between it afterwards as well. After that, we got the Infinity Blaster. So it's kind of like for any archer class or also thief class that uses like arrows or shurikens or anything. No more bullet use, increased attack, increased attack speed, and increased flat dex. Gun mastery, crit rate. Get a lot of crit rate. And then damage taken decreased, flat stats. Moving on to third job, we got the Blunderbuster. Kind of like a shoddy shot. Got a nice range. Hits 8 people. Mobs, whatever you want to call it. The Black Boot build. Knockback. I have no idea what knockback skills are used for in this game. I'm not going to lie. Not a single clue. Siege Bomber. This is one of your stationary summons. It also starts attacking, I think, only when you attack. And it actually kind of switches around, so you can place it this way, but it'll still attack both directions because it's got 2 cannons on it. What was it? Now we got the roll of dice, right? So you have a option of getting a roll 1 through 6, each holding a different value. I just got double 6s, so 6 increases your EXP gain. It should be roll of 5, you get damage increase. 4, 3, 2, 1. I don't remember what those do. There's something about like stats and increased stuff. something like defense or something. I want to, whatever. They're kind of lame. You mainly only focus on 5 for more damage if you need it, and 6 for increased EXP. Then we got this, just increased attack, increased defense, increased MP, status element resistance, and knockback resistance. Increased final damage, more crit rate again, some nice IED, and alright, I was thrown off for a second. This one only summons a single one in second job. All aboard is where you get both of the ones like I have, as shown on screen. Alright, that's a pretty good amount of time, 2 minutes, and they're your little buddies. They're gonna be with you all the time. Your little friends. Schizo class, low key. Alright, now moving on to fourth job. So our bossing skill, we're gonna have rapid fire. Mine looks a little different right now because of sixth job, but you know, you kind of just move around. You unfortunately can't jump. You also can't start it in the air, but you can slide around. The range is a little short for a hurricane, but we'll talk about that in a second. Brain Scrambler. This is the skill Corsairs love. I'm gonna turn these summons off actually to killing everything. Where's my... I have infinite mushrooms now. Alright. Yep. Some just crazy big damage also for bossing. It's 5-second cooldown. Has 60% IED and 100% crit for the entire attack. Just a huge damage. 13 lines. Now for our mobbing skill, we have 8 Legs Easton. Just kind of a little fart bullet. It should be able to hit at least 2 platforms depending on where you are. Okay, I can't move. Fantastic. So I think it's a map that's a little funky right now, but you should be able to hit 2 to 3 platforms. Typically only 2. Now quick draw. I don't even know what this does. Upon triggering, grants your next Brain Scrambler, Ugly Bomb, Knowledge Strike, or Target Lock an additional 25% final damage. So, as you can see, I have quick draw actually in my thing right up here. So that means my next one. So I just did Brain Scrambler, hit some fat damage. Let's see if I hit it again. Noticeably different damage. I'm missing at least like 200 mil on a few of the lines. So very nice increased damage. Now broadside, you're able to put down 2 at once. Kind of also looks different because of the hexa for a 6th job. So you can place down 2 at once. Fire. They have a pretty good fire, as you can see. The bullets themselves actually launch kind of far. They can hit multiple platforms at once, even though it looks like it's only a straight line. And for firing orders, so personally, I'm not a fan using this one. I kind of lock it and just use the pair targeting. But basically, if I put these both down right here, I mean, you can do one as well, but I'll do my firing orders, and it launches a bombardment that's kind of used in bossing. It doesn't really describe it actually right here. Okay, but basically you have increased attacks, and it should be damage as well on the location. I believe. Maybe not damage, but you have increased number of... Oh, it says it on this skill. Okay, no, yeah. It changes it up a little bit. Every 0.5 seconds on that location. Same damage and everything, but zoned in. Yup. This video is amazing. I'm doing this before work. Alright. Paired targeting. So now this skill, awesome. You always are using it in bossing, even if you don't have summons down, because it just increases the damage on whoever is targeted by 25% for final damage. As I was saying earlier, I don't really use the firing orders skill itself because it's only where you're located. So I'll put down this, and then I'll throw paratargeting. Okay. Now I'll throw... Alright. Okay. You know... Okay. Hold on. Let me stop trolling myself really quick. Okay. So... Okay. This is going horribly. Okay. Okay. These mobs are a little too weak for this, actually. Basically... You hit some, but you know what? I figured it out. We're gonna go boss. Yep, I'm gonna do normal for now because I'm lazy. Okay. So, hello Magnus. Alright, so I got this down, and I hit him with it, and so it's gonna mark him, and then it puts down to firing orders because I locked firing orders, and so it does increased damage, and the guy shoots at the same time in the located area. Let me move on back to my map. My little boom shroom map. Okay. So, going over the rest of fourth job. So now we have Nautilus Strike. This is kind of just cooldown, full, for the most part, full map attack. It's close, not really. It's a large area. Hits up to 15. And a lot of these skills have passive effects of increasing other damage skills. So like the Easton increases this, the Nautilus Strike damage. Nautilus Strike is going to increase the Majestic Presence damage, which this skill is super good and important. It's basically like a secondary attack. If I do a battle analysis, and then I'm shooting these guys, they might be too weak to show for it to show, but let's see. Okay, you know what? This didn't do what I thought it did. It does work on this. It definitely does. Basically, it's a whole lot of extra damage. Matter of fact, let me go to a map that I can utilize this probably. Okay. Okay. So if I'm doing this, please tell me that showed what I wanted. There we go. Okay. So as you can see, it's doing not the exact same, but a lot of damage. It's basically doubling my damage almost. For every hit that my rapid fire does, my Majestic Presence is doing 275% additional explosion damage upon the attack. So very nice damage. Going back up, Maple Warrior just increasing your stats by 15%. Jolly Roger, 20% attack increase, resistance increase, elemental resistance, avoidability decrease, and knockback resistance. Hero's Will to cleanse, aggressive stance, increase damage during the time that it's active. Landing attacks while it's active will refresh the duration as well. So it's kind of just the entire time that you're attacking, the aggressive stance is going to be up. And passively you get -15% decreased damage. Double down, so originally the dice, you only have one that shows up available. Double down basically upgrades the skill, so mine shows 3 at the moment, but it'll have 2 dice available for you. And then Ahoy Mateys, so this is going to increase my crew damage. And when they're summoned, attack is increased, crit damage increased, crit rate. Just a whole lot of stats increased. Very nice, very nice. And also, a nice thing about the crewmates is that when you have them up, they're able to take on, not elemental, but they take on debuffs. So they'll take like skill locks, just, they save your ass basically. Very nice, very nice. Why do I keep doing that? Alright, now for the V matrix, for 5th job, let me go back to town for this probably. Okay, Let me get to, yeah, I'll stand right here and clear these guys out. Okay, close this off. Make things look nice. All right, so your main skills for 5th job are going to be bullet barrage. Matter of fact, I'll show right here. We have bullet barrage. So this is going to be kind of a mobbing and bossing skill. You can jump around, move around with it, and you're able to also use the wing skill with it. So kind of just all around attack. Does a bunch of attacks at once. The only really way to jump up, you can't glide with it, but you can use wings and just double jump with it. Very nice movability while using it for if you're wanting to use it in mobbing, and easy to escape stuff also if you're using it in bosses. Okay, I keep looping myself. I'm gonna just sit there. So all around is a very great skill, very high damage. Odd 75-second cooldown, but that'll be fixed hopefully soon. Now the main burst skill is gonna be Nautilus Assault. You have an iframe during the duration of you placing it down, and it has kind of a 2-part attack. So the initial placement is going to do, okay, I'm not going to lie, let's figure this one out. Which one is it? All right. So as you can see, the initial placement. All right. That's called the ship attack. All right, guys, we figured it out. Look at that. Teamwork makes the dream work. Okay. Now that we figured that out together, because who knows how to play this class? Nobody plays. Nobody knows. We got the ship attack. When you place down, it's going to do 1300% damage, 6 attacks, and the activation count is 7. Then the additional firing for another short interval for 660% with 12 attacks. And moving on to the next skill, we have Death Trigger. Awesome skill. Oh my gosh, my voice. Incredible embossing, great also for clearing maps. How it works basically is if you didn't use all of the ricochets in the skill, it initially has a 45-second cooldown, but okay. But if you didn't get all of the ricochets off, so this started at a 42-second cooldown after I use it, that's because it decreases by 0.5 seconds for every remaining ricochet. And yeah, it does great in crazy single target damage, 45-second cooldown, great little mini burst, great overall. What I just used, I probably should have waited to use it, cause of habit. So the target lock, so the passive focus, so whenever you see those little ring things that are around the people, that's when the effective target lock is taking place. It has also on the skill, it has 2 colors. You'll see it in this version where it's yellow, and when it turns a red color is when you typically want to attack, like when you're bossing is when you want to use it like that, because it means that it's going to have increased damage. So how it's showing, they're all ready to be shot. It's not showing the red right here. But you get increased damage when the skill itself is red. Let me see if I can get that going. Is it going to turn red? All right, it's not going to turn red. But it's also an iframe. Comes up every 30 seconds. Oh, here's where it says it. Deals extra damage for target locks. Bonus stacks up to 3x damage. So it can be a lot of damage. Nice little dip of damage. Now, the remaining skills in the V matrix are typical skills that other classes have, along with some of the pirate exclusives. But for Corsair, they have the Pirate's Banner, which is going to increase the IED that you deal, and boost stats by 23% when they're in it. We have the loaded dice, which is for any power job as well as xenons. So this allows you to have 3 dice, and you're able to select any number on the dice, and you will, no matter what, get that dice roll. So I just selected 6. So always the one at the top is going to be a 6. The bottom 2 could be any other dice. I have actually no idea if it's, you know what? Let's put this to the test because I have no idea. If I took that off, all right, we're going to wait for when that comes up. In the meantime, I'll explain the rest. All right, and then we have overdrive, which is going to be an attack power percent increase based on weapon attack power, and an attack power duration cooldown of minus 15% of base weapon attack power. So very nice, little damage buff as well. And then Maple Warrior's Blessing, nice damage increase. Great skill, great skill. Okay, so 5 seconds left. Let's see how this dice skill works without the loaded dice on. Shit. Only one. Who'd have thought? We figured it out, guys. Teamwork makes the dream work. What'd I say? What'd I say? All right, let's head back to town. Now let's talk about 6th job, which I clearly have maxed out to the maximum. Oh my god, I have work in 40 minutes. Okay. So the Dreadnought. So this is going to be our current only available origin skill at the time of this recording. Initially hits 15 max enemies, deals 829% damage, 12 attacks, and there's like the wind and wave, so it has a bunch more attacks that follow it upon the initial activation. Okay, well, let's just put it to use. Also, fuck editing. I'm not doing any of that. Alright, check it out, guys. So we have the initial attack and also your iframe during this. Whole lot of lines. And then it sticks around for another roughly 15 seconds. It's kind of attacking. Very large range of attack as well. Covers basically the whole map. Almost. It will cover basically the whole map if it's a relatively small map. And yeah, so it's great damage. Iframe during the... when he's going, huzzah! Huzzah! That iframe moment. And then also, because it's an origin skill, it will... Man, I don't even know what it's called anymore. My brain's farting. It will bind them in place. Origin bind. Then moving on to the 2 mastery cores. So for rapid fire, increases damage. And so what it does is, let me get this out of the way. So the normal rapid fire, as you're shooting it, it will... Well, that's embarrassing. Why is it not doing it for me right now? Back to the map we go. I'm going to stick on here, guys, because I think that's the play. All right, so as I'm attacking mobs, you can see the numbers going up on my rapid fire that I have on shift. So it goes up to 10, and then once it hits 10, it'll switch into this version of the skill, like a Gatling gun shotgun thing. It starts hitting multiple platforms, a ton more lines, and just crazy more damage than before. Now we got the Hexa for broadside. Ignore my focusing Hexa on broadside. I only farm right now. So it's basically just a stronger broadside. Yeah, that's about it. Still 2 of them. Just a stronger broadside. Yeah, literally everything is the same. Fantastic. And then bullet barrage, target lock, nautilus, soul, death trigger, just increasing the final damage of all of them. Hex's stat. We want attack power as our main stat, dex, and then crit damage as our other two additional stats. Right, and let's see, did I miss anything? Overall, it's a pretty decent class for mobbing. You could think of having to place all the summons as just collecting loot. You do have to rotate every minute to replace the summons because they all have a minute duration, which also works with the Urda Fountain. So each broadside you see, and they all have individual timers as well. So you can kind of rotate easily between them. You're not running out of all of them at the same time, of course. So they kind of go down. This, even though it has a 2-minute cooldown, it does have the 2-minute duration has 45-second cooldown. So you can have these up for quite a while, and if you ever just feel like you want to press the button, which I do often before the timer's down, you just resummon them all the same. I'd say I'll show an example of some farming I do right now for a setup. I stole this from the Discord. Somebody shoot me, I guess. I don't know. I don't know who it was that did it, but credit to them. So, as you can kind of see from what I was saying earlier, the broadside, like right now, it's hitting 3 platforms. So, far larger attack range than what it initially looks like. The, what's it called? Siege Bomber. It's a flat attack range. It can go across platforms though. And so I kind of just placed the broadside there, Siege Bomber there, broadside, come around, fountain, and then just Easton. And then also you got your full map skills. You got the Nautilus, target lock, just kind of clearing them out. Death trigger, just kind of clearing them out. And you're able to kind of rotate these, and then like a bullet barrage lasts a bit longer, clearing them out. And it can typically last 2 waves. Sometimes, depending on how you time it, it will only last 1 wave of mobs. They had decreased the timer of duration for how long it lasts, and they're going to be doing so again in the future for it to be a shorter duration for the burst. But yeah. Oh, I completely forgot, guys. I'm trolling. We got hyper skills. Okay, so we got dice. You don't really need these. It just kind of improves your chances typically of activating higher dice, so saving grace. When double down doesn't activate, there's a fort, which is when you do it, and there's not a little double thing right there. 40% chance for the cooldown to not apply. The next class after is going to be double down with 4 or above. So kind of nice. Lucky number 7. This should just be crit damage. I tried it one time for like a few hours. I never even got a lucky number 7. Kind of lame. You don't really need it. Enhance. This one is more useful for if you want a higher chances of increased EXP while farming, higher chances of getting more 6s. You can put a point in this while you're farming, and that'll be nice and useful. Then for rapid fire, you have reinforce, just increased damage, added range. So our rapid fire hurricane is kind of short. It does increase it to about here, to where the little collie is. I don't really use it personally. I don't find a need to. I'm already on the boss typically all the time. Kind of just preference. But damage typically is going to be better overall compared to the added range than sweating boss damage. And then you always want to max out Brain Scrambler, damage, number of attacks, boss damage. We love the scramble. Ugly Bomb, don't use this. There's no reason to use this. It is awful. Looks cool, I guess. It has a cringe 15-second cooldown, mid damage, like kind of high hitbox, I guess. I have this button on my keyboard. I never touch it. I don't even know why I have it on my keyboard. Epic Adventure, just some damage increase, nice and easy, 10%. Weller Potion, so this is very nice for when you have all your summons down, because it'll give them a 50% damage increase, and also you have decreased damage taken, and you get an HP recovery. So this is a nice little rotation in your bossing setup. Burst. Now I'm going to show you what I do for bossing. Don't trust it. I don't even know how to burst on this class. I've been using it forever. You place down your flag. Matter of fact, don't do that first. You place down your summons first. You know, I got all my summons up now. You're going to hit the boss with para-targeting, and it's going to hit him with the firing orders and para-targeting. Boom! And then you're going to hit him with the... You're going to already have this up. You're going to hit the Maple Warrior. It's not working. I have to buff up. Hit him with the Maple Warrior. If you have the terms and conditions on and your link skills... Damn, I'm good at this. Video editing is gonna go crazy. Then you hit them with this one. You want to go in the order of kind of how long the durations last. The Weller Potion and the terms and condition are going to be the shortest ones. But yeah, so you're going to hit Epic Adventure, God is Blessing, Overdrive, Weller, into terms and condition. And then you start hitting with the Kablamo! Death Trigger if you have it. Hit him with the... And then you go into a little bullet barrage. Yep, and you start hitting with one of these. Yo. That's kind of fire, am I right, guys? And these guys are gonna be like... And every now and then, so because of how these are stationary and typically bosses kind of do move around, you do want to constantly be hitting them with the para-targeting so that you can reapply the firing orders to try and increase your damage uptime with your broadsides. Siege Bomber, if he hits him, he hits him, you know, but your Scurvy Summons typically will have a higher damage uptime than the broadside because they follow you around and they can shoot more omnidirectionally. I think that's all, guys. Am I good at this or what? Kind of a banger video. See y'all in the next one. Hell yeah. Oh. Never mind. Talk about comprehensive. I'm not complimenting how to comprehend. Yeah, I don't know what you do for these. You gotta check the Discord. Nah, not my problem. I don't follow that. Damage? Nah, I don't know. Enter though, you want boss, cooldown skip, and damage on abnormal status. You could do 20% chance to skip cooldown, but the 20% boss damage is just more consistent. Kind of whatever you're feeling for it. We don't really do cooldown skip on the hat. Not really our thing. Cooldown reduction, because it's already a 5-second cooldown. It doesn't really have much more benefits for having the -second lines, because it has diminishing returns. Who's this little guy? Drip. But overall, that's the video. Cheers.